What? What? And you will look like you're going in for a Bharatnatyam performance. I feel a little bitchy right now, but nobody wants to look ashy, okay? Hello my loves, welcome back to Jovi's Beauty Awards 2020. I have already done my best affordable makeup list, which you can watch right here. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the 20 worst makeup of 2020. That's a lot of 20s. Let's get started. I am gonna start with foundation, and the very first foundation, no surprise, that we have is the Lakme Absolute 3D Cover Foundation with SPF of 30. Now, I actually like this foundation. This is a very creamy, smooth, blendable foundation, and this is in the shade Cool Walnut C380. This is the darkest shade that they have, and this shade is just a touch too light for me. I have dark skin, but I'm not the darkest that we can get here in India. And when a foundation is targeting Indian women, I really think that they should have darker foundations. And I also feel like Lakme, they just don't get the undertone just perfectly right when they cater to the darker skin tones. This actually is a really beautiful foundation only if they had shades and if they nailed that undertone. Number 2 is another foundation, and this is the Skin Tint Foundation by Ruby's Organics. This is the mattifying, hydrating and shine proof foundation in the shade Medium D 2.5. Now, I hate putting this foundation here in this list. I really hate it because I love everything that Ruby's Organics stands for. But the problem is, if you look at it, the foundation looks like this is a perfect match for me. And when I put it on my skin as well, it is perfect in the beginning, and as time goes by, it just gets grayer and grayer on my skin. It doesn't give me much coverage, and it also gets patchy and really oily on my skin. So I would rather go foundation free than apply this. I've even tried mixing this with a little bit of sunscreen, with a little bit of moisturizer to use it up as a BB cream. Use it in any way. I've tried mixing this with other full coverage foundations, but it just did not work with anything I tried. Concealer. This is from the brand called Zoeva. I generally love their products as well, but this concealer was just a dud for me. Now, this concealer is very nice if you apply it under your eyes. It's very creamy, it's very hydrating, and the colors are very beautiful as well. I have the shade 210 Pure right here, which is very good for my under eyes. But you apply it anywhere else, it creases and cakes and fades in such a bad way. It somehow just does not adhere to the skin. And if you have any sort of rashes or blemishes or dry skin or patches, this is just going to lift off and create a patch around your patch. So basically creating like a highlight spot, like look, I've got a blemish. Let's move into some cheek products, and number 4 and number 5, I have the same reasons for not liking them, so I'm just gonna club it all together. This is the Lakme Blush Duo. I have in the shade Pink Blush, and also the Moonlit Highlighter. I have actually thoroughly loved using this for a majority of 2020, and you can really take a look at how beat up this product is to know that, you know, I have used it so much. But the problem is, every time I used either one of these or both on my face, you guys started pointing out in my videos that I look way too ashy. I was like, no, in real, in the mirror, I never looked ashy. It looked absolutely stunning. The more I used this, the more you guys started commenting that your skin is really looking ashy. Because I also get my blush a little bit on my temples, a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin. So pretty much all over my face, blush and the highlighter. So I was applying a layer of ash all over my face, and then I just stopped using these because, girl, nobody wants to look ashy. Another blush that I have is from ColourPop Cosmetics. This is from their Peach collection, and this is their pressed powder blush Shook to the Coral. Now the color is so beautiful. This is just so aesthetically pleasing. But the problem is that, first of all, the color is a little too chalky for me. Like, where is it? What is it? I don't know. Hello. And it has chunky glitters in it, you know? It looks like you stood under a confetti when you were applying makeup. It's not like a gleam. It's not the highlighter kind of finely pressed shimmer. This is chunky glitter. Very childish. Children's makeup. No. Okay, let's move into eyes. Now, I have a few eyeshadow palettes that I did not enjoy. One is the Lakme Infinity eyeshadow palettes. Now, this again, I've used this extensively this year. Most of the shadows that I use are the neutral shades and the metallic shades, and those are very, very beautiful. Now, the problem comes when you use either of these blue-green shades or the purpley shades. They just turn brown. I've used so many kinds, really bad, really good makeup, so I know how to work with these. I've always applied a base and tap this on top of the base, and I've always seen beautiful results. But once I used this particular shade without a base and I'm patting it on, when you have a shade that gets muddy, you don't blend it. You pat it and gently buff around the edge, pat more. So I know how to work with these muddy shades. And I tried all my techniques and it still stayed muddy. Muddy. It looked like I fell down on the ground face first when I had this blue on my eyelid. Blue! It looked like a dirty brown, All of the other shades are pretty decent. The color story of this eyeshadow palette could have been a little better. Now, this is their Infinity line, their Spotlight lines, which are the new launches that they launched just in November. Those are actually really good. Another eyeshadow palette that I wanted to talk about is the Swiss Beauty Winky 36 color eyeshadow palette. I wanted to create more affordable looks for you guys on my Instagram. That's the reason why I got this. But then, the glitters are way too chunky. They keep falling all over my face even when I press it on. The darker shades are too chalky. They are not pigmented. They don't blend out. Like, the quality of these shadows, they look beautiful, but when you work with them, they're just so meh. But if you want me to try again, because you guys keep asking me to create looks using Swiss Beauty, let me know down in the comment section below and I will try again with this palette before I get rid of it for once and for all. Let's move into some mascaras. The first one I have over here is from PAC Cosmetics. This is their double volume volumizing mascara. Now, this definitely gives you double volume, volumizing lashes. But the problem is this actually creates like a plastic vinyl tube around each of your lash. Taking it out is such a pain. Every time I remove it, I have to go over, no matter how good my makeup cleanser is, I have to go 2, 3, 4 times, around the eye, rubbing it off. And then the tubes come out like tubes. I have to literally pull each lash out, each of these tubes out of my lash. Sometimes they fall into my eye is irritated. I don't want to go through all of that vigorous rubbing and things falling into my eye, and yeah, so no. If you'd like to know what is my favorite affordable mascara, definitely check out my best list. I have another mascara that I just did not like, and this is from Lakme, the iconic curling mascara. But it's a very, very, very average mascara, guys. It even has like a curl wand and everything. I don't know how it helps. I don't know. It just makes your lashes clump. It doesn't give me the kind of volume that I want. There are better mascaras out there. Let's talk about an eyebrow pencil. This is from Forever 52 and this is just their eyebrow pencil. I have in the shade F122. Now this legit is as creamy and pigmented as a kohl pencil. Now for an eyebrow pencil, you need it to be a little more waxy. You don't want it to be creamy and smooth because then your eyebrows are going to be a big smudgy blob and too dark and you will look like you're going in for a Bharatanatyam performance. I really tried using it up on my filming days, but it's not finishing, guys, because it's so pigmented. I just have to touch and it's like, Another brow product is the PAC Eyebrow Cream. Now, the sticker came off, so I do not know what is the shade of it. These, when I first opened and I first tried it, I loved it. I was like, okay, this is the only brow product I'm going to be using from now on. Precise, clean, Instagram brows. But 2 weeks later, this is completely dried out. So now I'm like, what? You will probably see me use it, and that's because I have it. But should you buy it? No. Capiche? Yeah. Oh, we have another mascara. This is from Sugar Cosmetics, guys. This is their Lash Mob Limitless Mascara 01 back with a bang. This is not too black. It does not give you a bang. This is nothing that it promises. What it gives you is a very, very subtle sweep of color. Like if you take kajal on your fingertip and just do zoo, that's the kind of effect that you get with this mascara. So if you don't like really dramatic lashes. Who doesn't like it? But if you don't like it, this is probably your mascara, but I like it. Boom, shakalaka, you know? And this was not it for me. Alright, let's go into a kajal, kohl pencil, eyeliner, 2-in-1. This is from Huda Beauty. Oh god, guys, this is so... The eyeliner portion, first of all, it's too long lasting. Even if you try to take it off, it doesn't come off. I don't want to feel like I applied permanent marker on my eye. Yeah, Huda, when they try to bring revolutionary products, they push themselves a little too hard that sometimes people are just left wondering like, what the f is this? It's just too chunky, it's too black, and it's too waxy. So if you want intricate details, if you want a winged eyeliner, this is not gonna get you that, because you're never gonna get a clean, sharp point on this. And if you make a mistake, you can't wipe it off because it's just so darn long lasting. So you cannot, heaven forbid, make a mistake. And oh, okay, this black kohl is just so boring. Like, I mean, it's fine, you know, but it's just that, look, I like to get double the worth for my money and everything, but tell me, who uses a 2-in-1? I don't know. Is it just me? I'm just not drawn to the kohl. I've probably used it 1-2 times and I just forgot that there is a kohl on the other end. I just take it for the liquid liner portion and I always put it back thinking, why did I take it? I hate this. Nah. The next kohl pencil is from K Beauty. Now I have no idea which one this is, guys. When they launched 3 kohl pencils together. This is one of them, the one that comes in a pencil with a non-twist up kind of, it's just a pencil. This was really, really good when they launched it. So I got this 1 year ago and it completely dried on me. You couldn't get anything out of it. I had to break off a bit and, you know, warm it up. And then like it gave me like a mediocre result. I mean, it's not bad, but there are so many much better kohl pencils. My recommendation, the 25 best products of 2020. Alright, let's move into lips. Now, I have a liquid lipstick from Forever 52. This is the Super Stay Lip Gloss, or so they say. This is not a lip gloss, it is pretty much a liquid lipstick, a matte, long wearing type of liquid lipstick, but this just dries on my lips like I've actually applied Asian paints on my lips. It just dries and cracks and then starts peeling from inside. And sometimes, guys, I try to use up these products that I don't like during my filming, you know. So some of these videos that you've seen on YouTube, I'm using some of these products and you guys want to know what is on my lips, and that is when I don't really tell you what's on my lips because I hate these products. When I'm filming, I can keep touching up and the whole filming process is about 4-5 hours and I will be taking it off after that. But it's not like that if you guys buy it on my recommendation, because you will be wearing it out for parties and you'll be having long days in front of actual human beings, and I did not want you to have that kind of really bad result because of me. That's why I never recommend these products to you, but I still try to use them when I'm filming and stuff, you know. So the next lip products are also from Forever 52, Pout Out. Now the packaging is so cute, but the smell is so nasty. This smells, no joke, like Piff Paff or whatever that thing is called, you know, those cockroach things, the tss, that. Why will anyone put Piff Paff or whatever that, Jaff, whatever that thing is called, why will anyone put that on their lips? Why? Okay, at least if they gave me the most luxurious, beautiful looking lips, I'd be like, fine, I'll put Piff Paff on my lips. But they don't even feel good, they don't last well, they ball up on the lips, they crack off, peel off. So this, you know what, this is going straight into the trash can. I can't even. Another lip product that I have is the Wonder Puff from Nykaa. Now, this is in the shade Dream On. This lasted pretty decently, like 2-3 hours, and it left a very beautiful sheer tint on the lips and everything, but it comes in this puff kind of an applicator. You have to click over here, the lipstick comes there and you apply it on your lips. I used it for about 1.5 months and then this started smelling so nasty. Like I just couldn't bear the thought of just even bringing it close to my face. So I tried cleaning this with soap and water. I left it out to dry and I did the whole shebang, but the smell remained. Then I took a little bowl of just straight up alcohol, rubbing alcohol. I dipped this in it a couple of times, cleaned it off, and it still smells absolutely disgusting. despicable. Oh, so bad. So this is going straight into trash. I cannot use it. And even if you buy this, even though it is inexpensive, you can only use it for about 1.5 months. After that, you have to throw it away because it just smells so nasty, you know? So there is still product in there, but can't use it. The next product is this I don't know what this is, lip shine or whatever this is from K-Beauty. This is supposed to be a lip gloss, but it is matte and powdery. I've tried using this as freckles and in a creative way for my eyeliner and those kind of things, but this is legit like applying metallic eyeshadow on your lips. But flash news, we are in 2020 and nobody applies metallic eyeshadow on their lips like we are in Sridevi's era back in the 80s. It's not glossy, it's metallic, matte, and kind of matte-talic. I don't know. And the applicators are also the weirdest applicators. Like, where do you see these kind of sponge tip applicators for lips? This is legit like maybe they got the wrong packaging when they were getting the packaging off of China. Probably ordered for eyeshadows and they thought this is lip glosses and they sold it as lip glosses, and then they were like, oh shoot, it's too late to tell our customers, guys, these are not lip glosses, these are eyeshadows. So they just stuck with it. I feel a little bitchy right now, but I feel like that's the only explanation to these. And finally, number 20, the worst product of 2020 is this guy right here. This is a Sigma makeup sponge. You guys, the number of times I've heard big, huge, amazing beauty bloggers talk about this sponge and sing praises of it. For 5-6 years I've wanted to get this, but then, you know, I've been a little spoiled with my beauty blender. I was like, I'm happy here in my beauty blender family. Why get a new one? Recently I was sent the Sigma PR and this sponge was in it, and I used it and I hate it. This doesn't soak up as much water. This is very hard and the shape is also so strange. It's like quarter of a beauty blender. I want my whole beauty blender. Why did you cut it off? Every time I pounce it, I feel like I'm hitting my face with a rubber ball and it always leaves this shape on my face. It's not blended seamlessly. It always leaves a pounce mark. And the more I try to pounce it off, the more this just lifts off my foundation or concealer or powder, whatever. This is terrible. I hate it. I hate the shape. I hate the material. I hate the application. I hate everything about... I hate you. I usually never say that. I'm sorry. I feel bad about it. No, you're not that bad. Okay. That got really dark. Boom, and we are done. Now your turn. List down all the makeup products that you bought this year that you absolutely hated. And did you buy them on the recommendation of a YouTuber? Did you? Leave all the tea down in the comment section below. Let us have a fun chit chat. We are not calling anyone out. We are not attacking anyone. Be nice. This is like a fun, funny session, okay? I shall see you on Instagram and in my next video. Have a fabulous day today. I love you. Mwah!